guys, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about life and death. We all know that we were born and that we're going to die. But do we know this for sure? Relating to my other video about experiencing life through the 5 senses, or 6 if you include your mind, the experience of life and death haven't been experienced by us. On the very rare occasion one might remember early childhood memories, and even on some rarer occasions some remember being born. But memory is such a delicate thing. A lot of the memories we have are memories of things that we would have liked to have happened but weren't genuine. I think I remember my first birthday. I remember the cake, and I remember getting a lollipop and I was real stoked about it. But I don't know if that's actually a memory, or whether I've made it up, or whether I've seen photos and then created a memory from those photos. And I most certainly don't have memory of me being born. When you don't buy into your memories so much, there isn't any concept of life or death. It's like a cat or a dog or an animal in general don't know that they've been born and they don't know they're going to die. They're just going about their life, doing what they like, eating, seeking affection, everything that we do as well. Life and death have so much control over our lives. We may be consistently worried about death looming over us, or we might just have the awareness that it's there and will happen eventually. But I don't see death as something negative or something that should be feared. Death is a necessity to the creative process of everything. Your cells die all the time, but they have innate memories that continue on down through the lineages. Like when your immune cells attack a pathogen, their descendants have identified the pathogen and they know what to look for. I feel that death is only the beginning in a way, because although your body and your mind die, consciousness continues. It'll move on to another body and you'll be born again. You won't remember your past life. Some claim that they do, but these are ideas. Even what I'm talking about is ideas. You have to be skeptical of everything and question everything, but also keep an open mind. When you die, your memories die with you, your experiences die with you. Everything on this physical plane dies with you, but consciousness continues, because it's not based in this physical world. If nobody died, the world would become overpopulated and we'd end up killing each other or dying as a race. So I see death as a noble thing, because some have to die for others to live, and at the end of the day those others are those who have died anyways. And birth is just a transition from one state to another. Energy can't be destroyed, it can only be transformed. Like when you jump off a diving board into a pool, You go from an unstable state to a stable state. The unstable state is the state where there is a lot of potential energy that's been stored when you're standing on the edge of the board. And then when you jump, that energy is transformed into the disturbance of the air around you, the impact of the water, the friction, and it goes from a state of unstable energy to stable energy. And that's almost like a metaphor for everything, because the universe is always constantly moving into a state of homeostasis. Everything's balancing out. It won't ever be balanced, but it's always persisting. And life and death are part of this balance of life. And I think why we fear death so much is leaving our friends behind, leaving our loved ones behind, leaving our memory and life behind. But when you realize you aren't any of those things, what's to be afraid of? You will persist, just in a different life. Life and death are essential to everything, because if we didn't have life and death, I think if we did become immortal, it wouldn't be long before we start seeking out death once again. Nothing can last forever. And it's only the default state of nature, the dance of life and death, that keeps everything going. It's essential to everything. A lot of people are afraid of the pain before they die. But when you see pain and pleasure as the same thing, the fear of that goes away. And I'll get into that a little bit later on. I was talking to an interesting guy the other day, going over the theory of quantum suicide, and that if there were an infinite amount of universes where there is a gun pointed to your head, and there's a chance that the gun will go off and kill you, as far as you know, it would never happen, because the universes where that happens close as soon as you die. So you would be in an eternal state of staring down the barrel of a gun. And I feel that's the state that we are in at the moment as humanity. We're repeating the cycle of life and death over and over until we learn how to be external to that. When one evolves their consciousness, so to speak, they're no longer subjected to reincarnation or the cycle. Or maybe they are, who knows. But the theory goes that once you become enlightened and you're beyond this physical world, you've learned in a way, you found your true nature, you found out what you are. So you no longer have to relive lives over and over in an attempt to learn this, because you figured it out. I for one believe after death it's blackness. There's nothing. Or maybe in a way you don't even realize that you're dead and you continue on. After all, you watching this video could actually just be the 7-minute window that your brain has while it's shutting down. And in that 7-minute window, time is no longer a thing, just like when you dream, time's warped. So what if our entire lives are they're just us shutting down, so to speak, reliving our life while we're shutting down? Who knows? This is all speculation. That's what I'm all about. But I don't think death should be feared, because it's not the end. It's the end for who you think you are, but in the bigger scheme of things, you will persist and continue on. Yeah, so just some food for thought. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you soon.